Hey, and welcome back to Vita vs 3DS. In this video, we are reviewing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Like with all my reviews, the graphics, sound, and gameplay will be reviewed, and then an overall score, which is not an average, will be given at the end of the review, which reflects my overall opinion of the game. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance is definitely one of the better looking 3DS titles. It is certainly a step up from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on PSP, with higher polygon character models and bigger environments. If I were to put this on a list of the best looking Kingdom Hearts games, it would rank just above the first and just below the second Kingdom Hearts games. Character models do look quite nice, both in gameplay and in cutscenes. Environments, like in all other Kingdom Hearts games, are fairly bland and boring, but as mentioned before, they are bigger than other games, though it appears that the largeness of the environments do come at a cost. In some of the larger environments, when many enemies are on screen, the frame rate drops and the game starts to chug. Also, I personally hated looking at the Dream Eaters, the main enemies you'll fight in this game, as staring at rainbow Pokemon for 30 hours did get quite tedious. Overall, it is still a nice looking 3DS game, so the graphics get an 8 on 10. Square Enix really hit out of the park for this title when it comes to sound. The Kingdom Hearts series has always had excellent soundtracks, and this game does not disappoint. Each world you visit has neat Disney themes as background music for exploring, and faster-paced remix themes for battle. A real standout for me was the Fantasia world, which was very well done. Boss battles and the final world are accompanied by the trademark Kingdom Hearts mix of techno and orchestral music, and the battle themes of the last battles are definitely memorable. The sound for this game is also fine, despite Riku and Sora's delivery being a bit weak this time around. The sound definitely impressed me, and it gets a 9 out of 10. The gameplay of Dream Drop Distance, for the most part, stays true to the Kingdom Hearts formula with a few new additions to keep it fresh. The game revolves around going from different Disney-themed worlds and basically killing everything you come across, killing the boss, and then moving on to the next world. All of the killing is broken up with cutscenes, which convey the Kingdom Hearts' admittedly convoluted story. There are plenty of treasures to seek out and collect as well, and revisiting levels to level up can also lead you to finding treasures that you've forgotten. The combat is very similar to Birth by Sleep, which is a good thing. You have your main Keyblade attacks, as well as your skills and magic, which are represented as cards in your deck. After a card is used, you will need several seconds to recharge it to avoid it being spammed over and over. This adds both tension and customization to the game, as running around and dodging while waiting for your cure spell to recharge adds a lot of excitement to the combat of the game. The main additions to this title are the Dream Eater partners, the drop mechanic, and the flow motion combat, all of which unfortunately I have problems with. Instead of fighting alongside the Disney characters from each world like in the other Kingdom Hearts games, you are instead forced to fight only alongside Dream Eaters, which are rainbow-colored animals which you can create from objects and raise. As mentioned in the graphics section, I really hate how they look, but more importantly, raising them through boring minigames or creepily rubbing them do not add much to the experience. It's also annoying how every time you encounter a Disney character in a world, something is predictably going to happen so that they can't help you in the fights. The drop mechanic is what separates the Sora sections from the Riku sections. Basically, a timer is constantly present during gameplay, and when it runs out, you automatically switch characters. This quickly becomes disruptive, as it can literally happen during a boss fight. It makes the gameplay feel disjointed as well. Birth by Sleep, having separate campaigns, definitely did it better. Flow motion is a new combat mechanic, which lets you bounce off walls and pull off flashy attacks. It looks really awesome, and is a lot of fun, but it kind of unbalances the platforming since you can basically flow motion straight up a wall by repeatedly bouncing into it. Despite my complaints with the gameplay, this is a true Kingdom Hearts game. The combat is pitch perfect for the series, and the larger environments really do add to the game. It's just a shame that some of the new features made the game worse, not better. The gameplay gets a 7.5 out of 10. Kingdom Hearts is a great 3DS game, worthy of being in any 3DS owner's collection. Whether you're a hardcore fan of the series looking to play the next chapter in the series canon, or just someone who loves action RPGs, this game is definitely for you. Overall, I give this game an 8 out of 10.